right.
Radiance ban.
So, if you're just joining us here tonight, this is the Thursday Evening Cup Series, presented, I believe, by NA Dota. It might be a Neo Dota specifically thing, but this goes on every Thursday. The Sunday Evening
10
Cup
seconds
Series
to
is
go.
the same format and happens every Sunday.
5 seconds.
And I forget what's up
Dyer's
for this.
ban.
I think it's like $100.
Yeah, I think it's $100.
Radiance
From what I
ban.
saw.
We've got a
So-
ton of teams here, including
Yeah,
some
20
professional players.
$20 for each team
Dyer's
member.
ban.
They could take out their sweetheart for well, maybe a nice lunch somewhere. Maybe not dinner. And we see the Visage and Venomancer and Nature's Prophet and Alchemist bands come out pretty standard,
Radiance
nothing
pick.
unusual. All of those except for the Nature's Prophet are really good support heroes, and give you extremely strong aggressive lanes. So no one wants to deal with those, honestly.
They're heroes you focus a team build around. Like you set up your team in a specific way based on like those kind of supports being first picked.
10 seconds to go.
So this is
5 seconds.
second round in TECS tonight, and
Reserve time.
and both of these teams have won a game already, so they're not completely bottom of the barrel. We'll have to see what kind of plays we get out of these teams here tonight. Are these
Dyer's pick.
is this best of one or best of two?
Well, the first ones were best of one, and I'm assuming that they're going to continue the same format until they get to the finals.
Yeah, okay.
Also, we're going to be here forever if they're
Dyer's
best of
pick.
one or best of two.
Yeah.
So first pick Timber, and first pick Nyx Assassin. Both might be the Timber saw most likely the offlaner. Nyx Assassin 2.
Radiance pick.
Yeah, Extigma getting some pretty strong heroes here. I haven't really seen like a first pick Timbersaw in quite a while, I think.
No, because he was a very popular mid pick for a while. Then I think his reactive armor got nerfed a little bit, or something got nerfed just a tad, so he stopped becoming first pick, but he's still very popular. And then Invoker.
Radiance ban.
Ooh.
About time.
I do
Invoker's-
like to see that Invoker there.
Yeah, Invoker's been pretty popular now ever since the Quas and Wex have been buffed recently.
Yeah, EMP
10
got kind of
seconds to
rebuffed
go.
up to what it used to be, and Tornado got some of its old
5
strength back
seconds.
too as well. No, it's just it was EMP, Alacrity, and Ghost Walk, but Forge Spirits got
Yeah.
nerfed.
And the EMP Quas,
Dyer's
Invoker
ban.
giving you a lot more control and CC, while the old Exort build was just damage
Dyer's
everywhere in
ban.
those summons with the. Gosh, the name's escaping me. This is really bad.
Forge Spirits.
The Forge Spirits were just
Yeah.
so pesky, but then they nerfed the range on them.
Yeah, I mean, geez, Forge Spirits could just chase down
Dyer's
some
pick.
supports by themselves, and
They had
the Invoker
900
not have to
range.
do anything. Yeah.
That's unacceptable. That's wrong. Anyways,
So the nerf that the Timbersaw did get was to his base strength, so he's a little bit easier to nuke down earlier in the game.
and I remember if he gets stunned during his Timber Chain, which was his escape,
Radiance
he
pick.
would still continue the chain animation and get out of any situation, but now it gets interrupted if he's stunned up before.
Okay. We did see our second set of bands go out here. Bane Clockwork for the Dire team, as well as Abaddon and Outworld Devourer.
I don't know if you watched any of the Team Liquid Sad Boys or Navi games today, but I don't know if Bane is a very popular band these days now, or just
Dyer's pick.
for the American League right now.
Wait, Liquid played Navi?
Speed.
Yeah. I watched the Liquid Cloud9. Those were very good. Those are excellent games.
Enchantress.
Oh, and we see an Enchantress come out from
Radiance
Extigma.
That's So, Untouchable's super good against like an Exort auto attack invoker, and also pretty good against the bear, against the lone druid.
Well, what happens is the Enchantress will give you. She's a jungler, and while Chen is more of a defensive kind of bail out your teammates jungler, she's a very aggressive. Like levels 1 through 3, Enchantress is terrifying, and then she transitions really well when she
10
hits her
seconds
ultimate.
to go.
When she grabs the pure damage.
5 seconds.
So maybe we might see an offensive jungle in the Radiant from the Dire.
Reserve time.
They haven't picked their carry yet, and we don't know if they might be trying to tri-lane yet.
Yeah, we're not. I don't think we'll see anything too crazy as far as laning goes. I think this early in the tournament with these kind of teams, we'll probably just see mostly standard
Dire's
stuff.
ban.
I do like. Oh man, I love to see a good Viper.
Yeah. Viper's ultimate is extremely effective against Lifestealer because the slow and attack speed slow go through his
Tends to go.
rage, which is pretty much the free BKB he gets.
5 seconds.
Also, like later in the game, a Viper can just kind of throw that out at a Crystal Maiden. The Crystal Maiden will just
Reserve
kind of
time.
die from full health. So
Once
rip,
he gets that
rip Crystal
Aghanims,
Maiden. Yeah, I do think we'll see a pretty quick Ags on this
yeah,
Viper if he
but
can
he'll
get the
most likely
farm.
be farming a
Radiant's
quick
ban.
mech too, because Viper does need the HP and armor, and mech providing that 250 heal to your entire team during fights, which is huge.
A distinct lack of supports from the Radiant here.
Mhm.
I mean that
10
Nick's
seconds to
assassin will
go.
be in kind of a support role, but
Dire's pick.
he is not somebody you want to have, just sitting on wards and courier upgrades.
Well, Impale
Okay.
is still a very good stun in lane. And once he gets his mana boots and get a blink, he can, perform that support role pretty well and even start initiating. But that's if he does well in his lane. If not, he could be really underfarmed and not contributing much. So yeah,
So if you look, the
10
Dire
seconds to
team
go.
banned out what they thought would be a support pickup in the
5
Pugna,
seconds.
and the Radiant banned out Storm Spear, which would be a mid pickup for the Dire team, and I think those are both accurate
Reserve time.
predictions of what the teams are going to pick here.
I think the Radiant want to ban out the Storm Spirit so we don't get any Storm Spirit Nyx bombs going on. Any hero that can deliver the Nyx.
Well,
is
they've
basically
also got that
important.
going on with the Timbersaw, yeah.
Yeah, he does depend more on trees being around, but it's still very easy. So we'll see what the last picks come out. The Dire need a mid still, it seems, and the Radiant still need that next support. Unless it's a support Viper, which I have seen before.
It's not what I would have as my first pick.
Not the most effective support, possibly. Viper being a fairly farm-dependent hero.
And they're certainly taking up their time here. 30 seconds left.
I just want to say, I think with the Dire's picks right now, they're going for an extremely aggressive mid-game. Lifestealer being a very good mid-game carry once he gets those drums or those armlets up, and Timbersaw being extremely good in the mid-game if he gets enough levels and mana boots.
10 seconds to go.
Curious to see what Radiant does. Maybe they'll want to do a little bit more push or
5
something with
seconds.
theirs. We'll see.
Mirana.
All right.
Radiant's pick.
So how you feel about that Marana ban or Marana pick?
It's not quite the mid hero I was anticipating. That might be an offlane Mirana and a mid Timbersaw.
Yeah. Oh,
And
Shadow
Shadow
Shaman.
Shaman is definitely the kind of support that I was expecting.
just needing a little bit more hard lockdown. Alright, so
So all the games in this tournament are hosted on
Better
the
get
USC
ready.
server, regardless of what region the players are from. But the teams do have to have at least 4 members from North or South America, so you can't just get like European ringers to fill out a team.
no European scum allowed here. No Eurotrash.
So let's see. The Dire team has that creepy as hell amphibian kid courier coming out here.
Oh dear, yeah, it looks like the abandoned love child of Naga.
Yeah, and we have a genuine red hoof for the Radiant team.
I have one of those. It's worth about 50 cents. So, nothing to get excited about.
It is a nice looking courier, though.
Yeah, I don't know. Not quite sure what this Timber's going, but he should be going mid. Murana getting pulled a lot of tangos for the off lane.
Yeah,
Um,
are we gonna see some kind of crazy mid Morana? And so Morana was actually pooled 2 tangos,
All right, carry on.
and it looks like the Radiant team is not
yeah,
letting any shenanigans go through here.
this is an off lane Timber and a mid Murana.
She went right for wow, Wraithband, 2 Iron Branches.
Hmm. And it looks like they want to.
What's with all the
Things
scribbling?
coming out. I think they want to immediately come from behind the tower and gank the Timbersaw, or do they want to ward the Ancients? I'm not sure.
It looks like they want to set up there to grab somebody at level 1, but they're
Yeah,
they're not going particularly fast. I'm not sure if they'll make it.
yeah. Like between the Nyx and Pale
30
stun,
seconds to
the
go.
Shaman's Shackles, which is a 2.75 seconds, and the Viper Slow, if they catch out this Timber, I don't think he's going to get out safely. Timber Chain's escape is such short range at level 1.
Yeah. They're still kind of debating it. They might run into him here. I'm not sure they can catch him. The ward does go up.
And they're
Very
off.
safe ward placement by him. He doesn't want to take any risks. So we've got a defensive tri-lane top, but they want to try to give this lone druid the hardest time they can, and an enchantress is going to be helping them out too. Looks like Radiant want to set up before this Timber gets into lane.
Ooh, Crystal Maiden sneaking over to mid. See if they can land like a... Okay, never mind. Marana has
Oh.
leap at level 1. She's not going to land any arrows.
Yeah.
Crystal Maiden wasting a little bit of time even
Yeah.
walking in that direction.
Demised.
Yeah, and oh, this is an Exort Invoker, not the Quaswex we were expecting. Which is actually really useful because that gives that +1 presence in all lanes with the Sunstrike global.
Well, so I'm thinking it
Presence.
might just be 1 level in Exort for this level 1 like attack damage to make sure you get those extra last
Maybe.
hits.
Maybe. Oh, the Enchantress Smoke's already coming up behind this Lone Druid. Oh, he's not going to get out of this.
Oh,
Frostbite,
good timing.
good Centaur Stomp, and the Open Wounds just to make sure
That's
they
a
get
first
him.
blood.
A few body blocks, and
That was well executed.
So much
perfectly
for
executed.
diplomacy.
Very good smoke gank. The Lone Druid did put down a sentry here to block the pull camp, so he'll be able to get XP still. Timber has not put any points in anything yet. He's waiting till level 2. He's probably going to grab Timber Chain and then Reactive Armor.
Yeah, well, he's got the reactive armor. There's the timber
Yep,
chain.
and there's the Timber Chain. This Invoker has 7 last hits already, and this Marana has none. And he goes back for the Quas so he can have the Cold Snap ready now. That first blood on the Lifestealer is pretty big because he can go for a fast Midas now. Because he'll probably be very uncontested in lane for the next few minutes until Lone Druid gets his level 5 Bear or an Orb of Venom. Actually, already has the Orb of Venom actually. Nothing going on bottom. They didn't block the ward here, so the Radiant are going to be able to get all the pulls off they want. And Dire were able to deward the sentry top, so now they can get pulls.
They did that right after they killed the lone druid. Crystal Maid just popped over there to deward that. Also, they got rid of the block camp ward also.
Mm-hmm. She had to use both sentries to find it. So. Or actually, they might have just awarded to make sure that the lone druid doesn't have vision for any ganks coming.
Okay, now the lone druid is being smart. He's just taking the whole creep wave away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was really surprised he didn't do that at level 1. I thought that's pretty standard when you play off-lane Lone Druid. You try to pull him as soon as you can.
Might not have expected, the Enchantress and Crystal Maiden to be coming out that quickly.
So Timbersaw, no last hits. It's Viper getting free farm, basically. Evoker 15 last hits, the Mirana's 8. That's really important that the Mirana can always catch up later when she starts ganking, but denying her that early gold, preventing the fast bottle and fast boots.
That's another smoke going up for Enchantress. And
Another Centaur.
Lone Druid is not as far up as he was before, but this
He's playing it
could still be
extremely
bad.
safe. Yeah, I don't think
If he
this
can
is
spot out the
happening.
Crystal Maiden, yeah, he knows. Like, if the Crystal Maiden has to be as close as the Enchantress when the Centaur goes up. So that's something that... The Crystal Maiden probably should have been smoked as well,
Yeah,
if they wanted to go for
Enchantress.
that.
She's going to use the rest of the smoke to try to rotate on mid.
Oh no, the Centaur died.
Double damage.
Oh no! Oh, but is this going to be a courier kill instead? Yes.
So much for the Radiant's courier.
They'll take
Poor little
they'll take the
fella.
courier kill over that easily.
Yeah, they did get the...
Oh, misses
oh,
the
okay.
impale. Oh no, he gets the
Yeah, he
Enchantress
hit
by
the
accident. He was
Enchantress.
going for the Mirana.
Wow, did you see that, that Molten... the Forge Spirit there? He's got, like, ice ones.
Oh yeah, that's the Ice official Forge Spirit.
That's pretty cool. That's the first time I've seen those in the game.
I think Ice didn't really know what was being made, and when he saw it for the first time, he thought it was the goofiest looking thing.
Denied.
No.
So actually, that courier kill is actually going to help that Mirana catch up a little bit with the Invoker. And now this Viper can just orb block the Timber Saw as much as he wants now. Oh, and look at his build. Look at the...
Interesting.
Oh, I think he's going to kill the Timber Saw. Oh my
There we go.
gosh. Did you see that?
No, I looked over, the Invoker killed Mirana mid solo.
Okay, so while that was going
The
on,
Dire best do something about that
the Viper
bottom
got a
tower.
solo kill on the Timber, maxing the Nether Toxin, so it gives him more...
Oh.
Yeah. So the Timber really underestimated how much damage that was going to be done to him as
Yeah.
he lost more health.
And that's the way that the buff they get that Viper got a couple patches ago, where there's no cooldown regardless
Oh,
of
arrow
level.
on mid. Murata lands the arrow.
Okay, yeah,
Lands the
maybe he's...
Starfall.
Oh,
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 no. Oh my god. Just a bloodbath in middle.
Yeah, Cold Snap, Forge Spirit. I knew, even though those nerfs to the Forge Spirits, they still hit real hard. Especially this early in the game.
Yeah, and the Enchantress is going to find the Invis room.
Not sure what she's gonna do with an Invis and not any creeps.
Yeah. This Enchantress is already level 6.
She...
That's really good.
Yeah, killing an assist. Oh, that
Just
impetus.
throwing out a little harass.
That probably should have been Spike Carapace.
So Timbersaw picked up a bottom to help him stay in lane a little bit longer, get those important levels. He's level 3 to the 6 on Viper.
And Viper, yeah, not rushing immediately towards an Ags, but I think,
Getting a Ring of Aquila.
yeah, I think that's not terrible. And looks like a wand too, probably.
So this Shadow Shaman down here has been just pulling all game. 0 kills, 0 assists, 0 deaths. Just denying lots of XP to that Timber.
He does have 1,000 gold to himself. Okay, they've finally bought the Flying Courier. It was a little bit late. They could have saved it. They could have saved that Courier death early mid.
Yeah. Crystal Maiden. Picks up some more wards. Oh, this Enchantress.
Yeah, she's being sneaky.
Oh,
he's-
this poor lone druid. He's not 6 yet. He can't change into his bear.
Oh man,
Lazy
yeah.
Still.
Towers taking hits.
Half a level, and he might have been able to survive that. Or at least survive
So-
long enough for teammates to TP in.
Where'd that Sunstruck
Radiant's
land?
top tower's hurting.
Don't know. I heard that too, and I was looking.
Maybe he was
Dire's
using it to
bottom
check rune.
tower's getting the business. Radiant's top tower's in bad shape.
Oh, He doesn't get the cold snap off
One
of
last top
Marana.
tower for the Radiant.
No, he still had Sunstrike invoked.
Now he has it. So I really like what the Dire did. Oh, action going on in top rune. Oh, nice spike to Carapace.
My sprites are with us.
He's this Enchantress.
Yeah, she's gonna heal up
Untouchable,
real.
and the Nature's Attendance just helps her tank up.
Oh,
so
Invoker
much.
getting taken
Oh,
out too. The Marana died to the Forge Spirits again.
For the master, there is no master.
So really good plays by the Enchantress.
Now, I would like to see some more. So the Shadow Shaman is level 4, has Town Portal Scroll. I think he probably should have shown up to that mid fight there. There's
Yeah,
a
he's
bit of
level
time
4.
on that.
He's got plenty. He's got the Ether Shock level rank 2.
And even throwing down like the level 1 Hex would have
Guess
stopped
what's
that Invoker
happening
from
to
dying.
Dire's bottom tower?
What?
Mm.
I'm assuming the
Can't do
Marana landed
nothing
an
about
arrow on
Dire's
him.
structures right now.
Oh, Shadow Shaman getting arrowed right in the face.
Oh. Rest in peace, Shadow Shaman. Switch score. Oh, this Viper's not coming out alive either.
He traded his life for the last hit on the tower there to prevent them from denying it. But
In
this
that
is
last-
a big push coming in bot.
Yeah. So I'm really, really like the Dire's pick up on this aggressive
Dire's
Enchantress.
top tower,
She's just
you know the drill.
she kept the lone Druid down. She kept Invoker down mid.
They've got a really aggressive rotation going on that
Yeah.
the Radiant
The
just is
Dire
having a
might
lot
wanna
of trouble
mine
dealing
that
with.
Like
tower.
the Nyx is rotating and roaming, but it's just not doing anything.
Nyx's Vendetta, and we'll have to see who he's going to try and grab here. Crystal Maiden, maybe? Yeah, there he is.
Yeah, but it doesn't throw out this. Oh, very nice. Throws out the Spike Therapist.
Oh,
3-minute
3-man.
kill.
How about that?
Oh.
No follow-up from his team, though. He's a little too
Shadow-
far off of
Couldn't
that.
Shadow
hang
Shaman
on
and
to that
Viper were all the way
mid-tower.
down here. I don't know if there's miscommunication going on there, or the Nyx just got too cocky. Who knows?
And I don't think... Okay, so he is going... That is a Quasig Sort Invoker, so he is... The
Where are you
Sunstrike is doing a decent amount of damage, but even so, there are so many heroes there that...
Mid.
Yeah,
The Enchantress able to get out that Nature's
Oh.
Attendance. Oh, the Sunstrike just barely misses. Oh,
if he can-
he's not going to be able to make it to the Invisible.
Going for
he's
broke.
not gonna go for it.
How about that?
And
There
Nyx
we go.
does get the last hit.
Nice. That was a good spike carapace there. Dodge the
Finally getting rid
arrow.
of that pesky Enchantress. Oh, and Lone Druid wants to
Jesus,
chase.
Radiant's
Yeah.
top tower's in bad shape.
This Lone Druid, he is so underfarmed right now.
Radiant's top
2,500
tower is taking
gold.
hits.
Not a lot of last hits.
No, he should be like, ideally, if he was going for the Radiance build, maybe halfway to his Radiance at this point. Or not the Radiance, the
Guess what's happening
Sacred
to
Relic.
Dire's bottom
Sacred
tower?
Relic, that the most expensive
Radiant's
part of the
top
item.
tower's hurting.
And this Timbersaw was able to get some levels in farm bottom finally, due to the rotations going on all over the map.
It's really the kills that his team came down there for that got him that experience to let him
Yeah.
get started at least.
Yeah, he's only been involved with 3 kills so far, but it's enough to get him up to level 7.
We had a smoke here on
Yeah,
the Radiant,
really
but they're not gonna
aggressive
find anybody up there. And it looks like they're gonna push down this tower.
Yeah, so I think Radiant are just kind of grasping for straws now because they just don't have their rotations. I just feel like aren't as set up for success as the Dyers were.
Dire's top tower.
Oh, who got the haste there? Enchantress?
Trouble brewing at Radiant's
She
bottom
denied
tower.
it.
Oh,
Nope, Rana
okay.
was able to get the haste.
Oh,
Dire's top tower. You know the
Now the
drill.
Shadow Shaman comes in, but I think it's a little too late.
yeah, they don't have vision for this once the moonlight.
And they have this Enchantress just man-moding.
Oh wow,
Oh, and she gets the kill, but she's gonna pay with her life.
Radiant's bottom
Yeah.
tower's seen better days.
Did you forget your
that was a good arrow there.
Good arrow, but yeah,
Dyer's
just at that
top
point, it's
tower's
just being a
getting beat
nuisance and
down.
not actually contributing to a kill.
mech finally up for Viper. That should help out a bit.
Yeah, so the Enchantress is getting a little too cocky.
Oh,
Another great arrow. While this is going on, the Nyx is free farming,
Radiant's bottom
and he
tower
has
in a pretty
armlet
sight right
and
now.
face boots already, and 2,000 gold in the bank.
yeah, that lifestealer is gonna become a big problem.
And he TPs. He's just gonna continue farming, and he's going straight for the Basher.
Yeah,
So I think what the Radiant were hoping to do is get farm on the Viper and Lone Druid pretty safely, but that didn't go according to plan, and now they're down a tower. I mean, do you think this Lone Druid's just going to keep on falling behind, or do you think he's going to just be able to catch up farm?
I think if the Invoker and the Viper start being a little more aggressive,
Dire's
and we
bottom
start seeing
tower's
these
getting
Mass
the
Serpent
business.
Wards being used, they're taking the fight to the Dire side of the map now. And that
Another
should-
arrow landed.
Yeah, he should just be able to get out of
Dire's
this.
bottom
Spike
tower
Oh, good
is
spike
focus.
carapace.
Oh,
Oh,
they've got that
Enchantress walks
Enchantress.
right into the wards.
I curse.
And it looks like Dire's going to disengage. They don't feel very confident after losing the Enchantress.
Yeah,
And they don't want to walk into these wards.
nobody wants to walk into those wards. And it looks like they are looking for something now.
Some pings coming out mid. Oh, she walks right into the Invoker and pops the invisibility rune.
She
They have
wished
no
that
vision.
arrow, but yeah, lots more showing up, and she's not
They
going to
decided
break
to
that
bail.
invis.
They do have the Moonlight Shadow too if they need even more invis on top of the Murana.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised that the Radiant have not picked up any... And the Shadow Shaman finally buys Dust, actually. 15 minutes into the game, on a level 10 Murana, they decide they finally need Dust.
Ooh, there's
Ult.
Yules on Invoker. I know what he's doing now.
hmm
Have you seen this? The Invoker combo?
I believe, from what I understand, I believe it was called the Russian Invoker because somehow our Russians started doing it first. I don't know if that's
Dire's
true or
mid-tower
not.
is having
I've,
I would love to explain this, but we have a vendetta going on into the Radiant. Oh, this Enchantress.
Dire's mid
That
tower
was,
won't last much
That
longer.
Enchantress, her Spidey senses were tingling or something.
yeah.
Really good.
Actually, they may have seen the Viper start to come up behind the Nyx Assassin.
Possibly, and I don't know if this Sentry, if there's any creeps mid that spotted out the vendetta.
Well, they've got
Actually,
that,
yes,
yeah,
that
that
spotted
ward
out the
there.
vendetta, yeah.
Ooh, there's big smoke.
Where's the smoke? There's Dire's split up during this smoke. I guess they're trying to figure out where they are.
Arrow coming out? No, it's not gonna.
And, oh,
Almost
just
got
short.
that.
Wait up.
Oh, the Enchantress just
Wow, he's going.
initiating
going on
even
this
the
Viper.
Viper. 2-man Impale in the wards. This is not looking good for the Dire.
What happened?
Oh, and they do. Oh, they pop the dust. The Murana walks right into the Radiant. I don't know why.
2 down.
Oh, Invoker went way back in when he really
Yeah,
shouldn't.
this Enchantress going back into
Some
the
low
kills.
health. Oh, they managed to pick off the Nyx
Very-
Assassin, or the Lifestealer.
Immediately impales to get the kill, and they're gonna not chase down
Ford
this
Spirits.
Enchantress.
Somebody's cooking.
Oh, and Mur-
2 down.
I don't know what the Crystal Mana was doing there.
Not sure what the Enchantress is doing here.
I think the Crystal Mana thought the Enchantress could come in to clean up the Lone Druid, but the Crystal
Oh,
Mana
look at how slow that bear is. Oh, the first hit of Tangle!
first hit a tangle.
That bear is fine.
Yeah, Dire. So during that fight, the Dire had the advantage because they were able to kill off the Viper early, but they fought right in the middle of the wards, and that just
There's
that you
I
can't
think-
do that.
the Radiant had that fight won, and then they had some questionable re-engages there that
Yeah, both
Made
teams
things not great.
engaged, disengaged, re-engaged, feed, and then counter feed.
yeah. And I
But
think
yeah.
that came out ahead for the Radiant as the Lifestealer went down,
Yes.
and some nice gold pickup.
And actually, if you look at did you look at the gold difference? There was a swing during that fight.
Oh wow, yeah, Lone Druid picking up some gold finally, and he's got a Basher finished.
Oh, I guess he wants to. you know, if entangles aren't enough to lock down the life stealer, because entangle will go through his rage.
So
Why
yeah,
not
so will
bash it too?
bashes.
Yeah.
They just want to keep him locked down as hard as possible.
And actually, yeah, the Radiance is not going to do a whole lot for him. Because if you think about it,
Ooh.
you've got the Enchantress heal, you've got a Timbersaw and Nyx who are incredibly tanky, and a Mirana that's going to be skirting the edge of the fights. Like, I don't think Radiance is going to do anything for them.
So we've got a propped lifestealer bomb inside the timber.
Oh, the arrow blocked by the Forge Spirits.
Ooh.
Enchantress, I don't know if she meant to last hit that or she was trying to hit the Invoker, I'm not sure.
I thought she did hit the invoker.
No, she hit a creep.
Yeah.
The Invoker would be missing much more health if that was true.
Both teams just kind of posturing here back and forth.
Yeah, this is a common strategy I like to see in pubs, where both teams just kind of sit mid and wait for one of them to fuck up.
Ooh.
But instead, oh, and do Radiant have any? They don't have any sentries.
But they're not far out enough for this to do anything before they get in tower range.
Rana
No,
reveals
she just-
herself. Oh no, she gets hexed up. More trap shackles. Oh, this Mirana's dead. Timbersaw goes immediately in with the knife bomb, doing lots of damage to the Viper.
Timbersaw goes
Can't
down.
bother at all.
There's a
Somebody's
freezing
cooking.
field.
Nice freezing field, actually.
Actually, good bashes on this lifestealer.
2 down.
There goes the Crystal Maiden as well.
That's
Oh,
4 to
but
roll.
The bear,
2 down.
the bear cannot attack. It desperately needs attack speed. Look at this.
Guess what's happening?
the Enchantress is dead anyways. Cold Snap, yeah. Oh no!
I mean, how are they
With
gonna
the
attack
Urn
her
and
with the
the
cold
launch, she's
snap?
gonna make it.
They only got off like one attack during that whole
He can't.
cold snap.
Look at he can't finish his attack animation.
I told you,
Radiant's
man.
top
It's
tower's
like the
in bad
ultimate anti-spirit bear.
Untouchable,
Literally untouchable.
literally Imba.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
But things are
Dire's
looking
mid-tower could use
much
a little
better
help.
for the Radiant team now.
Yeah. The Mirana just. The Mirana
Radiant's
really
top
was fishing
tower's
for a
hurting.
pick off there, and she just paid with it for her life.
Well, let's see if Lundred can get out of here. He's got open wounds, and looks like he's gonna go
Yeah.
down.
Your blood flows.
So let's look at the gold graph. So the Radiant are keeping their lead still, almost 4k gold in the lead. And this Lifestealer, what he had his Armlet and Basher about 18 minutes into the game, 17.
Yeah, he has not made much gold since then.
No. And I don't know if Basher is considered a common thing you rush after the Armlet. I thought you like to get drums and Armlet because the thing with Lifestealer is if he can't hit someone, he's not going to live through the fights. He needs
Yeah, this
to hit
is this
The
is
Dire might wanna
decidedly
mine their
like
top
not
tower.
a race car lifestealer.
Trouble
Yeah.
brewing at Radiant's
Yeah, he
bottom
needs
tower.
quite a bit more move speed if he
Have
wants
fun
to
trying to bust down Radiant structures
do
now.
something like that. But
Yeah, the move speed allows him to stick on those supports, stick on those targets he wants to attack.
lots of TPs now. Yeah.
Invisibility.
Yeah, and just throwing out open moves to show the Invoker he needs
Radiant's
business.
bottom tower has been disowned.
Action going on top.
Dire structures looking
Viper destroys
fortified.
the tower. Oh, he can't get out.
5 in a row.
I think he could have just killed that Mirana if he had not tried to teleport out there.
No, with the I think with the Nature's Attendants, I don't think he was getting any kills.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think this game. I want to say this game is the kind of game an Enchantress wants to see happen.
Yeah,
at the
this is
beginning.
an excellent game for an Enchantress.
Yeah, and she's going for that Ag Scepter, and she's actually only about 1,200 gold away from it. So
Everybody, aside from the Shadow Shaman, is like entirely reliant on auto attacking for damage.
mhm.
Unless we see like, you know, a lot more levels into this Invoker where he can start using some other spells, like he's still, you know, relying on Forge Spirits and Cold Snap to do damage.
Are we going to see any first hit entangles on the Mirana? No. So Lone Druid only has 800 gold in the bank. I don't know what else he could be working on.
That is an Aghanim Scepter for the Invoker. We'll get to see
That's
how skilled he truly is.
'Tis non-cupatory.
wow, they just don't like Forge Spirits. And no one does. Oh, he denies his own Forge Spirit with the other Forge Spirit. So I think the
He
Evoker's...
almost denied the second one.
Yeah, I think the Evoker's just trying to, mind games at this point. Dire's kind of on the back foot, so the more they can make him slip. The thing is that...
I think this game could be really easily decided by a Roshan.
Yeah. The thing is that you never want to count a Lifestealer out of a game because that hero is extremely good early, mid, and even late game. He can be a force to be reckoned with.
So I think... So the Radiant wasted kind of an opportunity here. They had... Ooh, they might
Arrow
be able to
lands
get
on
this
the
here.
Invoker, and Dire are going to go in on this. He's got the...
Radiant-
Oh my gosh.
Radiant
He
should have
has
gone in.
rules, but just delaying the inevitable. No? No.
Oh, needs to grab him.
Oh, and
Oh no.
the Shadow Shaman's able to lock down the Timbersaw long enough. The wards are going to town on the Enchantress, going to town on the Knight. But they're gonna get the bear. They're gonna get the Lone Druid.
Okay. So there's some hesitation there, as that the Radiant just kind of threw that away. That was real disappointing.
Yeah, so they Moonlight Shadow to get the Invoker. He was able to Yule's up. They were fighting under a sentry the entire time.
The Lone Druid kind of waffled back and forth, and the Nyx wasn't sure if he wanted to go in, and the Crystal Maiden just frostbit him, so he couldn't
Radiant's
even
mid tower's getting banged
start
up.
that. So there's yeah, that was rough. That was not the greatest fight for the Radiant team.
Yeah, and the Dire committed so hard to that Invoker kill. I thought they were in trouble because they were fighting under the Shadow Shaman wards.
They had such bad positioning, and the Radiant were just really reluctant to go in on it. I don't know if they thought there was more happening, or even prior to that, they had 3 here. There were two on the Radiant here, the Lone Druid here, and then the Invoker and the Nyx here, and they could have easily just kind of gone in and killed those 3 there pretty quickly without much effort.
So the Radiant lost their 5k gold lead, and now it's down to only 250. But they're going to smoke up and see if they can gain an advantage.
There's nobody in the jungle right now. We'll have to see if this
Maybe.
Lifestealer steps in.
Maybe they'll circle around mid and catch someone out. The Dire are split up. The Marana is solo pushing the top lane, and they're actually going to go for her.
Yeah, we'll have to see if they can chain their disables well enough to keep her from getting away.
She has no idea this is going on. She does have Leap available. Moonlight Shadow has a 5-second cooldown. Here comes the Russian Invoker combo. And with the shackle, she's dead.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't even need it. So
And-
pings on Roche, looks like the Radiant might rotate in that direction.
Or maybe
They
the
just
Dire want to
need-
try to sneak a quick Roche while they're all top. We'll see. No, they're just going to go for the mid tower.
Pipe coming out for the Timbersaw. I'm not sure I really agree with that. This, you don't think about the amount of magic damage coming out of the Radiant team.
Radiant's
Yeah,
mid
because the
tower's
Shadow
coming
Shaman's
apart.
wards are physical damage,
Yeah.
so that's not going to help you. I guess to really stop the Invoker damage, and we have a disconnect.
Radiant's mid tower ain't doing so good.
Oh no.
The Nyx gets spotted out under the sentry.
This might not go very well. Where is the Lone Druid when this happened? Okay, so he was very far from this. Thankfully, he is not any of the heroes being caught out. I am worried that the Shadow Shaman is really far from this fight. So this is essentially a 5v3, and we'll have to see what the Radiant can do about this.
Yeah.
Actually, I guess 4. Mirana's still dead, so we're not going to see a Moonlight Shadow or an arrow. So it
And
is
she
entirely. It is
doesn't have any
entirely
money for
possible.
buyback.
If they can draw this out and bring them up towards the Shadow Shaman, I think they can take this fight. But we'll have to see if the Nyx Assassin can get out of
Where are
here.
you going?
Good spiked Carapace, but that
My
right,
sprites
that
are with us.
Life Stealer just doesn't care.
Yeah, not much he could do there. And it looks
Yeah.
like, yeah, both Viper and Invoker just got out.
The Enchantress, calling
Nice,
out
yeah, nice
strat
manners.
pauses, some puppy pauses.
Door.
So, the Radiant have lost their significant lead. The Viper is going to have Ags in 300 gold.
That'll
Or
be
no,
helpful.
less than 100 gold. The Lone Druids... Where's his bear? What's his bear's farm at right now? I think he's going for Assault Cuirass. If assuming that's what
Yeah.
that chainmail is going to be turned into. So the AC will definitely help them against the Life Stealer.
He
and
desperately
Life
needs that
Eclipse.
attack speed. Like, he
Yeah.
needs to just go get the Hyperstone from the secret shop right now.
Yeah, I'm really
And-
surprised he got the naked chainmail. I guess he just wants his bear to be as tanky as possible.
It was taking some abuse earlier on, and I think the Radiant need to do some serious work counterwarding here. That Nyx is getting spotted out quite frequently. It was a good combo out of that Invoker, but
The Enchantress is almost dead. Oh, and they're gonna fight this, but she's able to
I'm
earn
not
out.
sure if they're gonna catch anybody.
Yeah, they can't catch anyone. The Mirana
Oh.
Timberstar is just so hard to lock down. Oh, with Moonlight Shadow. Oh, the Viper rolled onto the Mirana.
That Timbersaw maybe should not have gone in so hard
Just
there.
went a little bit too deep. Oh, but they're able to clean this up.
Oh wow!
Oh my
Good
gosh.
freezing field.
The Nature's Attendants plus the mech are just too much. And this Lone Druid is just dead.
5 in a row.
Burns, doesn't it?
This Invoker's gonna get an Invisor, and I think he's gonna get away just fine.
Invisibility.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Right
This
now.
Life Stealer has a Deso.
Yep.
Spoiled that shot.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good
I
couple
think
of
he literally
team
just
fights
got
here.
it. Like, last
Radiant's
time I
top
checked, he only
tower's
had the
in bad
Mental Hammer,
shape.
which is, 1/3 of the item.
Radiant's top tower is taking hits.
Oh, so I'm mistaken. Dire do not have a mech.
Yeah.
They're completely dependent on the urn and the Nature's Attendants to heal them through those fights.
Yep. And they've got the pipe too, but yeah.
So
yeah.
I think the pipe is more for the Viper ult,
Yeah, I mean,
because that's 500 damage. And that's pretty significant.
yeah, it's a lot of the damage that Viper's doing is magic. Also, those sun strikes and chaos meteor, etc. Have not seen a lot of EMPs out of this Invoker. His
No.
I guess his Wex is still pretty low.
Yeah, I don't know the scaling. Oh, yeah, actually, here we go. EMP scaling.
And so
Yeah, so the
generally with this
EMP
combo, you would throw out like, the EMP tornado also, as well as the deafening blast chaos meteor.
Yeah, the EMP only burns. It's only at rank 2, so it only burns 175 mana.
Still, that's like an arrow or a starstorm.
Oh, another pause coming out.
Who's pausing this time? Okay, Dire team.
Probably another door.
Yeah.
Third door of the game.
Players on both teams this game suddenly becoming incredibly popular.
One of them is actually having a party at their house as this is going on, and they forgot.
You just got all sorts of things in the oven that need to be checked on constantly.
So this game is dead even in the gold. I really don't know. Like, both teams have good lineups that can go late, I think. especially if the Marana gets extremely farmed. Like once she gets that fifth slot item, like Marana becomes very scary.
I also think when some of these heroes, I think the Radiant more than the Dire, once they get those level 16 ults, we will see a pretty significant boost in power, even regardless of items. Like
So
level 3 Vendetta, the level 3 Viper Strike, and level 3 wards, Serpent wards.
yeah, and the lone druid is getting pretty close to his AC. It looks like he's about, I think, another 1500. He's about 2,000 gold off from the AC, so he's got a bit of ways to go. This lone druid's farm has been really slow all game.
Hopefully the Hyperstone will help, and maybe he'll land some auto attacks against this Enchantress. We can hope, right?
Yeah, I don't think he can. He can't focus the Enchantress though. Like that's such a
Nobody
pesky
can.
character.
They kind of, I don't know, like need to Viper Strike and throw out a bunch of Ether Shocks or something.
The thing is that by the time you kill the Enchantress, the rest of her team is probably cleaning up your team, because like that. I mean, as long as the Shadow Shaman gets the wards down every fight,
Yeah.
even if he blows up real early, he's still contributing a lot. But those like, his shackles and his hexes are still a big contribution.
Just
5 seconds on shackle.
hmm. Does Hex turn off untouchable? It should, right?
Uh, if it works like as I understand from all hexes, they do just turn off they turn off passives and others. So I believe you lose evasion, you should lose your other
Yeah.
passives.
So that I think they should just kind of
Alright,
be
carry
trying
on.
to get that out. I'm not sure I like the shackles over Hex. I've always been a big fan of one-pointing shackles maxing Hex.
Yeah, I guess he just really wants to hold down someone during the team fight to make sure they get hit by the wards as much as possible. The only problem is that then the Shadow Shaman's sitting there
Yeah, he's
doing
super
nothing.
vulnerable. And we
And-
see some grouping up here by the Dire team.
They're gonna try to sneak a Roche. This is really big.
We don't have vision from the Radiant at all.
Yeah, they have no vision, no what. This is really big. If
Lots
they
of
get,
sentries.
but they're gonna scout it out. Good senses.
Sunstrike, but they're not
It's
close
too
enough.
late.
Yeah. Looks like the Radiant might try and push something out
Tough,
here.
but the Dire's tougher still.
So
The Forge Spirit killed a stout shield that Lexi left in there. He's looking
you
to
just missed out
deny
on
the
selling
Aegis
it
or
back
something.
for about 125 gold. So it looks like the Radiant want to respond to that by getting a tier 2 top, but Dire are
The
pretty
Dire might
quick to
want to buy
respond.
the top tower.
And they
And
spot it out. They
They
spot
do
out
have the
Moonlight
glyph.
Shadow.
Yeah, we'll have to see how much damage they can get. I think they're just gonna let this go. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dire's
let's
top
see if they
Oh, they
can
forgot the wards for that.
disengage.
So sentry here. They can't chase it. Dire really want them to commit to a fight, especially with their Aegis.
I think, trading a tier 2 tower for a Roche is not the worst thing they could have done.
Oh no, because I think there's a very good possibility they can get racks if they win a big team fight, if the lanes are pushed enough.
And that is 0 outer towers left for the Dire team, and all 3 tier 2s out for the Radiant. So, say what you will about the kill count and the experience in this game, but you gotta push those towers down eventually. If the
Objective
Dire
game?
team can't handle it, then
That's what's keeping the Radiant in the game still. That's why the gold graph is almost even. It's tower gold.
I do think that the Radiant has a better team for defending towers and fighting under towers even.
Yeah, with the lone druid bear, you can just throw them under there to siege anything.
Ooh,
So
I
they
think
smoke
they
up. Oh, they
yeah.
find the Nyx.
good tornado.
Very good tornado.
The ice wall.
The arrow's gonna hit. Very nice.
They're
but
gonna leave them.
They have no vision on him.
Yeah. I really would have. You see that arrow coming. I know you're Vendetta and you're all excited about not getting hit by stuff, but man, sometimes you just gotta go for the spike carapace in this situation, right? Like,
Yeah, you just gotta put them in their place.
and if you're Nyx Assassin against Samrana, it's practically your job to just headbutt arrows all game, right? Like, you just throw out the spike carapace, run into that arrow, make sure your invoker doesn't get stunned.
Step one to winning the game, assert dominance. Also, I hope you noticed the Nyx Assassin is going for a late Dagon.
He's just trying to get what he can. Like, he has not really had any farm this game. His score is not great.
Yeah, he's been rough. Him and the Shadow Shaman are just dying to every team fight.
Yeah.
The Dagon, I don't really like the pickup. Blink Dagger is something they really need.
I think the Dagon might, give them enough of an edge when they're trying to burst down that Enchantress, before the...
Or the Marana. The Marana is very low health, too.
Yeah. I mean, they could just attack the Marana. It's the nuke damage they need on this Enchantress that's really hurting them here.
Yeah, but the thing is with the...
Oh god, he's standing right under it.
Oh,
He gave up the ghost a little bit by throwing out that enchant instead of waiting for the Crystal Maiden.
yeah, the thing is that with the Blink and Pale, that's a really good way to help initiate or disrupt the team from initiating on one of your players. Because his Vendetta's completely useless. Look at all this. Look at the sentry coverage across the
Look at how
map.
fast he is. Ooh, that was a...
Oh, they get the Hex on the Enchantress.
Ooh, oh my god, what is going
Very
on
nice
here?
ward trap on the Enchantress. She's not getting out alive. And then the Crystal Maiden tries and bails her out and dies too. Marana going back in. Oh my god.
What is going on here? This
Just,
Going from rogue.
Radiant's bottom tower seen better days.
I don't know what just happened.
They just... the Radiant just bum rushed them, like, what?
Radiant's
They
bottom
didn't
tower
have the
ain't
life
pretty
stealer
sad
there.
right now.
They just charged straight at them, and Extigma had no idea what to do about it. That was,
Radiant's bottom
wow.
tower ain't a pretty
I guess
sight
the
right
Marana was really hoping the Timber Saw could like clean up the fight with his AoE, but nothing happened.
oh no.
Oh,
Okay,
it's going right in
forced
on
out the
the
back.
Shadow Shaman, not worth it. He gets...
There's the Aegis. Hex going
Oh,
on.
and the Hex up on the Timber Saw who just fought back. He's dead for over a minute.
And this is gonna be Rex here.
So that's what we like to call a throw in the business. I hope you noticed when the Life Stealer was top.
Ain't looking good.
So what happens is they don't have a tier 1, they don't have a tier 1 or tier 2. So Life Stealer can't TP in fast into those fights. So I don't know what they were planning on by forcing that.
God, that was absolutely bizarre. Like, I can't believe that we just had a fight that worked out like that.
Yeah, the funny part was that is the Lifestealer was sitting in lane, probably watching his teammates die, and immediately as the Marana died, she immediately started pinging him top. And I could just hear the yelling over their mics through here.
Yeah.
And look at these sentries everywhere, just so that the Moonlight Shadow's completely ineffective.
So, as well as that worked out for the Radiant team, they can't just sit back and expect the game to just be over by getting that one set of racks. They definitely need to keep up the pressure and not lose any more team fights. I think the Dire team could easily come back and take a set of racks on their own if the Radiant lose a team fight too close to their base.
Yeah, Viper does now have a BKB, so they can't lock him down anymore. And the magic damage from the Crystal Maiden's pretty ineffective, but they still have lots of physical damage.
Yeah, Invoker's picked up his as well, and we just see
That's
that
really big.
that Dagon one on the Nyx Assassin.
So the Nyx Assassin reaping the benefits of his team and finally picking up that Dagon.
Dire team smoked up again, but it doesn't look like they're going to find anybody out.
Yeah, the Radiant are just going to play super safe. There's no reason. They know they have the advantage. They don't need a split push. They just need to stick together, win another team fight, and get a Roche off of this, or possibly get a Rax. And they're going to smoke up too.
Illusion.
So yeah, they are spotted out here by some of these wards. We'll have to see how fast. So okay, they realize it's an illusion. They did not attack.
Very,
Let's see
very
what
good
we
patience coming up from them, but I think the Dire know that they might be smoked too.
Yeah, this. I think I
Oh,
saw a couple of dire pings there.
Nyx is inside the Timbersaw, so if they catch out the Timbersaw, they might get a 2-for-1 deal. And I think it's gonna happen.
Oh,
Oh,
good cold snap.
and Lifestealer.
That's 4 in a row.
Lifestealer's gonna
How
go
about
big. No,
that?
he's gonna go out of there. That okay. Thought he could turn around and maybe kill the Nyx assassin quickly,
The
but
Dire best do
And it
something about
looks like
that
we
bottom
might just see
tower.
another set of racks here.
Dire just couldn't save that bottom
yeah,
tower.
the
Um,
oh, good tornado. Oh, 3-man
BKBs everywhere.
Oh, the BKBs come out, and now the Dire can't stop this at all.
5 in a
The
row.
racks doesn't just go down.
Lifestealer does have buyback, but I don't think it's worth it. I think this game is over.
The Dire's bottom rags is done for. Dire's
Nice
bottom
Sunstrike.
rags didn't make it.
The Invoker finally getting all that revenge on
Dire's
the
mid tower's having
Enchantress.
technical difficulties.
Yeah, and here comes the GGs.
Well, that
Dire's
sure was a
mid tower
game.
could use a little help.
I'm not even
Radiant
entirely sure
Dire.
that the Radiant played better than the Dire.
It was pretty back and forth. I wasn't ready to call a clear winner, but that just one fight where the Radiant dove in.
I
3v5.
can't believe that. I can't believe that happened.
One of them got picked off early. The Lifestealer was nowhere nearby, and they committed to it for no good reason.
A little bit of saltiness here after the game.
Yeah, so calling them out on pauses because clearly the pauses are the reason.